Hello, everyone. What's going on? My name is Timpedia. Welcome back to the TNT podcast. We actually have a topic, and it was literally handed to us on a platter, so it doesn't even count. But first, who is all here on my left?
It's Friedman, also known as Andrew, but mostly known as Friedman.
On my right,
Big T anime expert, just Tyler.
and across.
Minecraft Master Adun.
We pulled him away from the burning crusades.
I don't know, that title
Yeah,
sounds
I'm
like we pulled
only
him from
I'm only
Minecraft.
here. I'm only here because I already cleared all the content. And I'm too fucking cool to raid anymore.
Yep.
So
Too cool to raid.
yeah, I already saw it all.
Aiden, I am sorry. Before we get into the first topic, I am sad that Luigi wasn't able to come on last week or 2 weeks ago. Because on Thursday, after we talked on the podcast, I talked to him while we were driving to Friedman's for Anime Night, and it was very interesting hearing his thoughts on Wrath, future DLC, and the new content and everything. So, I don't want to get into it, but it was
I also
interesting.
would
I'm
have
sad.
been curious.
It would have been a really cool convo to have on this, but it's okay.
I would appreciate his take.
Well, he's too busy being a DM. But anyway,
Yeah.
speaking of too busy, we're actually going to talk about Magic, but this can easily be shared with everybody here. There's no card specific stuff. So Magic has done every few months. So let me back up. So we've talked about how Magic, like a year and a half ago now, introduced Secret Lairs, which is where Wizards just sells cards directly that are like a promo. They're usually in sets of 3 to 5.
Yeah, the gimmick has always been that the secret layers are like unique art, so
Yeah.
there's no other way to get it, and it's not kind of undercutting their other products. It's
Except for we're not getting into the Walking Dead cards in the
yeah,
future
we won't
ones.
talk about that.
Well, actually, tied to this is that we found out there's going to be a secret layer for
Lord of the Rings.
No. The first secret layer as part of their Forbidden or Uncharted Realms is the Netflix show.
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. There's going to be
Yeah, I don't
Stranger
like this
Things
one.
Magic cards in the future. But those aren't announced yet. We just got the announcement that it's coming. What we did get is, so I keep jumping over this. Wizards has done these secret layers, and they also have these they call them super drops, where they release like 8 secret layers at once. Actually, I'm gonna post the link in chat so that Tyler and Aiden can even just glance at these to kind of get an idea of what we're looking at here. But Wizards announced the all-natural, totally refreshing super drop.
What the fuck?
Which is a whole bunch of bundles, 5-card bundles. Actually, one of them is 6, 2 of them are 6. Whatever. The couple cards, couple or 4. Not even importantly, there's some good here, some bad. But the thing that people are excited about is years ago, as a Judge promo, there was a card Elish Norn that was put out in the one language Magic has ever made up, called New Phyrexian. It's literally like Tolkien's Elvish. It's a fleshed out language that Wizards created.
Shit.
Yes. And they printed this card Elish Norn in Phyrexian. And as of I haven't checked prices recently, but as of a couple of years ago when I was looking to get one, that was an over $600 promo.
Mega expensive.
So now, Wizards has, as part of this, revealed... So that Elish Norn is part of a set of 5 cards called the Phyrexian Praetors. All 5 of them are being reprinted with a new special frame just for them, with their text all in Phyrexian, for $30 non-foil or $40 foil. The only reason this is really significant is because this is, by a country mile, the actual craziest pure monetary value Wizards has put in a single thing. When Wizards announced that these were going to come earlier this year, everyone said there's going to be 2 of these, or it's going to be literally one card is $30, and they could get away with it. Freeman, I don't know about you, but I'm going to buy this in foil.
Absolutely not. So I didn't like it when the original came out.
Ooh.
It was purely a collector's, and most of its value is because it's so goddamn rare. So if you buy it for $30, you're gonna get a $600 card. Like, It's
No,
it's not.
no.
It's never going to hold me value.
I don't disagree at all, but I want to have this. I'm not saying it's going to hold that value. I'm just saying it's really fucking cool.
Oh yeah, no, it is cool. I'm always hesitant on this just because I never like having cards that I can't read out to other players.
No, and that's totally fair. And honestly, I would probably just have these as a collector item, but at $40, and it's the Praetors. Like in Commander, these cards are going to exist forever.
I mean, overall, these being $30 bundles is a pretty sweet deal.
As part of other drops, Wizards really went nuts on the art ones here. They did signets that look like Moxen, like they did the old frame, the old artwork. They did Mother's Day, which is really funny because this was announced the day before Father's Day, and Mother's Day was months ago.
It's kind of fucked up.
But most of this series is artists, just an artist getting a thing. There is one really cool one. There's one called Saturday Morning D&D, which is literally like a 90s cartoon art style. However, funny enough, Freeman, I don't know how you feel about this. I am probably not going to buy any of the ones with crazy artwork. None of the artwork really speaks to me on anything.
So Wizards is on this binge where they're just like, everyone fucking loves the old frame. Let's print everything in the old frame. And I'm in the camp that didn't like the old frame at all originally. So seeing it back, I'm just kind of like, it's kind of neat, but like,
it's not for me.
I do not care. This is like intentionally bad looking because it's nostalgic to some people.
Yeah, I hate the brown frame and the like of the artifacts and everything. Like the signets are too much. The Mother's Day art, a lot of it, it's Mother of Runes, which is a card you only need once. It's the same thing as the Thalia one. Remember, Freeman? Where it was the four Thalia
if for some reason you play Legacy, and if for some reason you play Death and Taxes in Legacy,
both
those super drops are great for you.
Art for all of them. Like, there's the special guest Jen Bartel art one, and like, I don't really like the comic booky art on Magic cards. I don't know. I liked the Godzilla ones, not even that much. I'm one of those people who likes like call me basic, I guess, but I like the kind of detailed, like almost
like
computer-looking stuff.
shape.
Sure, whatever. I don't know. Just not a lot of this art really speaks to me or feels very Magic art-y.
I miss the like Alara Conflux era of art design they used to go with.
I will say there is one cool one. There's an artist named Mark Poole who has been in Magic Artist for a very long time, and they actually reprinted original like alpha artwork that he did on modern frames. He did his Birds of Paradise from alpha artwork is on a card, and that's really cool. Too bad Balance is banned in Commander, and the Brainstorm art doesn't look that good, and I have better Counterspell promos, so I don't know if I would ever even buy that one. But anyway, I just want to talk about it because this is just a big batch of bundles and such. And it's cool. But I know a lot of people... Freeman, I think it's fair to say the Phyrexian one is going to sell literally more than all of the other ones put together.
Yeah, definitely. Without a doubt. You're asking if the most collector's item of a series of collector's items is going to be the biggest collector's item?
Like, I know a lot of
Guaranteed,
people
hands
are talking
down.
about like the signets being a big one, but considering all the other ones fall under the art is subjective category, and then the Phyrexian one falls under this is just a Magic card with a frame and language.
It's just a very unique Magic card.
This is so unique, it's crazy. So anyway, that's really cool. Second bit of Magic news that is even more understandable for Tyler and Aiden. So Wizards had a sneaky announcement earlier this week where they announced changes coming to Magic Esports. We talked a little while ago about how Wizards has basically said they are shutting down official Magic Esports to some extent a few weeks ago. There's still going to be like Pro Tour and stuff like that, but the Mythic Pro League has been a pretty big failure. However, there's still going to be a World Championship. and that's probably going to still continue into the future. Wizards announced months ago that it was going to be a $1 million prize pool at Worlds. And then in a single line of an article that came out last week, Wizards quietly goes, by the way, we're cutting prize support for Worlds to $250,000. They cut 3/4 of the prize pool from Worlds a month before Worlds.
And just to clarify, this is Wizards of the Coast's most profitable year ever.
They have already said that.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like Activision Blizzard, like, hey, we made $6 billion in revenue. Also, 800 of you are fired.
Yeah. No one is shocked by this.
Wow, greedy company is greedy.
I know,
Imagine
but
that.
it's just another case of very in your face.
Yeah, like they're not even trying to hide it.
Yeah,
I think Wizards has finally settled on the idea that, like, hey, we don't need to dangle the idea that you should play Magic because you could, in theory, become the number one duelist in Duelist Kingdom and win $1 million. like that appeal of playing card games is now kind of fading away, and they're trying to just approach it from the, like, you don't need to be.
Like, hey, so Commander's
esports
really
pro.
popular. People like Commander.
You don't need to
casual
360 no scope your play group.
So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because it's another example of a company kind of being shitty.
Yeah, fuck Wizards.
Speaking of not being shitty,
let's talk about a shitty company being not shitty, just to change it
Hey man,
up.
Capcom seems like they've been doing okay lately.
Capcom, they went through this era where they're just like, printing games that aren't going to sell as bad, we lose money. And then the digital era happened and they like blinked and forgot. And then suddenly they're like, hey, wait a minute. There's more overhead costs to like selling digital games.
Oh my god.
And hey, wait a minute. All these filthy American players like keep buying our digital games. What's going on here?
These
So then
American players.
So they just figured it out. They're like, oh my god, what if we just sell our games digitally and we'll definitely recoup the cost of translating these text-heavy games into English. And that's what happened with the Ace Attorney series, where it was like dead in the water, and then they're like, oh, if we just do it digitally, like there's no manufacturing costs. Let's do it. They pumped out 2 games like that, and then they realized, hey, all those games we released in Japan because they're like very like it was a Japanese themed twist on Ace Attorney, which was already pretty Japanese to begin with. We never got those in the US, and finally they're like, you know what? It's not that expensive to translate these stupid games. Just put it out for Switch, PS4, Steam. Someone will buy it. And now we have it. We have 2 Ace Attorney games that were previously never available in English coming out for all 3 of those platforms July 27th. As an Ace Attorney fan, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Like, I thought this franchise is over. There's no way they're ever releasing any of the 3 unreleased games to the US. Now there's only 1 unreleased game, and there's absolutely zero way in hell we're ever getting that. But point is, there's hope that Capcom is really truly learning from all that money they made with Monster Hunter. We'll see.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Monster
making games
Hunter.
available to people means you'll earn money?
What a concept.
I mean, it's the same thing as the Wizard shit. Who knew when you sell things direct to consumer that are artificially
Who knew that people will
scarce,
just
people will buy things?
People will just buy these things they want if you sell it.
If you make things easy to buy, people will buy things.
I mean, they forgot that though. Yeah, everybody forgets that the reason people don't pirate anymore is because it was easy to buy games. Now you're making it harder to buy games.
I was gonna say, look at where television's going with all the streaming services. Where does that bring you back to me?
Yeah,
It brings
same
you
thing.
back to me. But
Pirate
for
Bay
real,
is
though,
Thanos here.
Yes.
Speaking
On
of
God,
bringing
on
it
God.
back to me,
Go for it.
so we're going to talk about 2 things here because EA had one announcement during E3, but they also have a rumor because EA is doing their own thing on July 22nd, exactly a month from the day this is being recorded. And I just wanted to talk about this rumor because Aiden started playing Dead Space 2, and I started replaying Dead Space 2, and now there's rumors that Dead Space is coming back at E3's announcement in a month.
I don't trust them. I don't trust them.
I mean, I'm not saying I trust them, but like...
Dead Space 3? Do you remember that fucking travesty?
Look, Aiden, I am literally not disagreeing with you at all. I fully recognize that I have played Dead Space 2 probably 20 times, and I have played Dead Space 3 once. That being said, I can't not get somewhat invested in the idea of another Dead Space?
Not me. I
Yeah,
played those
So you
3
can or
games
you
like
can't get invested.
I can.
cannot.
Tyler
Or
can't.
he
I-
can.
Now I'm just gonna warn you here. This is how we get things like Diablo Immortal, right? We're gonna get
Look,
Dead Space Immortal
Hold
because
on,
everybody's
hold
like,
on.
oh,
Look.
oh, hey, Diablo's gonna be at BlizzCon. They're doing a Diablo announcement, right? Right, guys?
Yeah, but okay, hold on. But you still don't blame the people who got excited. You don't go, "Hey, you guys suck for getting excited."
Nope. I do. I do.
No.
Don't shit on
This
Diablo
is-
fans.
I'm
They've had
not
enough.
buying anything.
That's fine, but like this is the warning. The warning signs they're already there. You just gotta not
Look,
get excited.
All I know is I am interested to hear what it is. If it is a
Okay.
mobile thing or anything, obviously, who gives a fuck? Burn in hell. But like, if they're like, look, maybe it's like a spinoff. If this tries to continue the fucking series, just stop. Please don't. Or if it's some terrible fucking prequel, oh my god, this is gonna be. It's probably gonna be a prequel to Dead Space 1. I'm just gonna say it right now. That's probably what we're getting.
Either that or it's gonna be a Dead Space remastered or some shit.
I would pay literally double price for a Dead Space 1 and 2 remastered collection. Don't even come at
Double
me. I would
price?
pay
Oh, God.
$120 for that. It would
Good
probably be
lord.
40.
God
Actually,
damn.
there's a funny remaster thing that I added to this today that's way down in the E3 stuff. But I would go batshit for a Dead Space 1 and 2 remaster. Could you imagine if Dead Space 1 controlled slightly more like Dead Space 2? Dead Space 1 would even get 10 times better. The only issue with Dead Space 1 is how clunky the movement feels compared to 2. Oh my god, that'd be so sick.
I'm just, I've been down this road before.
You know who it's also been down this road before? Fucking Battlefield. And then a guy in the trailer jumps out of the plane and shoots the other plane with a rocket.
Oh, the
That's all I've ever
Rendezvous,
seen.
dude! The Rendezvous. Of course, because Battlefield is a fucking joke now. Like,
I mean, they have to do
literally
something.
Battlefield, like, am I a joke to you? Yes, EA thinks you're a joke, Battlefield.
I mean,
That's why they haven't let DICE make a good Battlefield game since Bad Company.
not for nothing, though. People seem pretty excited about even the gameplay of this. Wasn't there some gameplay shown?
They showed gameplay. It looks like more Battlefield. Like, it doesn't look like they've taken any extra steps towards stuff. I don't know.
See, but you know what's cool,
I'd have
though?
to see more because they are saying that they have once again upped the destructibility to be more
Yeah, and
like
that was a big
the
lie.
older. Yeah, exactly.
But
But it's like, who knows? Like if the weather events seem kind of cool.
I was
like,
gonna say, you know
That's
what
just
else
gonna
is
get fucking
encouraging?
annoying, I think.
It's also encouraging 2042. It's not Battlefield 6 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's here's our fucking time period. It's near future. It's probably like the similar thing to the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, but like we can do some weird shit a little bit. It's not 2142, which I'm sure other people were like, "Fuck, I really want that."
Well, I mean, we already got that.
No, I know, but like, could you like? I think a lot of people would have gone
2142 too.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would. Well, 2143 is probably what they would have done.
Well, yeah, they did that with. Yeah, they did that with 1942.
Mm-hmm.
They had 1942 and 1943. I don't know. It better be really good considering they literally didn't develop a story mode for this at all.
Did they not really?
No, this is multiplayer only. And they're apparently they are telling the story.
Oh, it's
through
like
the battle
Titanfall
pass.
1.
They're telling the story through the battle pass. How that's gonna work?
Carl on duty.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, that's pretty much the
like
closest thing to.
Honest question,
stuff like that.
because I don't remember. Did a Battlefield game come out last year?
5?
5
Battlefield
came out
Five
last
came out
year.
last year?
I have no idea.
I genuinely, All right,
Battlefield 5.
Battlefield 5.
Oh my god, it came out in 2018.
Holy
Where
shit.
the fuck have I been?
Have we not had a new? Hold on. There's no way we haven't. There's no way it'll have been 3 years.
The last one I played was Battlefield 4. Yeah, no, Battlefield 5 was the most recent one. That was 2018.
They've come out with expansions for Battlefield 5, but no new game.
That's fucking wild.
Okay, so here's the other thing. Why is Battlefield 4 play rate going up? Was that considered better than 5, and that's why? Was that the best one?
No, because it's free on no, not Epic.
Oh,
it's free on. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, yes, but it is also better than 5. 5 wasn't very well received.
Because looking at Wikipedia for Frostbite 3, we had Battlefield 4, Hardline 1, and 5.
Yeah, Hardline was a complete joke.
I feel like
1 was like okay, and 5 was like, what the fuck is this? At least personally, I don't know. Some people, I'm sure, like 5, but I preferred 4 over all of those.
I only know like 2 hardcore Battlefield fans, and every time a game comes out, they just tell me that it's not as good as Bad Company 2 was.
Dude,
because it's true.
You want a throwback though? Battlefield Bad Company 2 released in 2010. That game's over 10 years old.
Yep, and it's still fucking better than the new shit that they came out with.
Not. I'm just saying, like, Jesus, that's a long fucking time ago.
Dude, fucking, and they just couldn't nail it down after that. I have no idea why.
Hold on, you're telling me that next year is the 20-year anniversary of the Battlefield series? 1942 came out in 2002.
That sounds about right.
Dude, I have fond memories of playing, not online, but I would play LAN with Alvin and Ed of 1942, El Alamein. Dude, getting in a plane and flying over that desert and trying to drop bombs on people and crashing into tanks, oh, that shit was awesome. Fucking loved flying.
But now we can't destroy entire fucking villages anymore.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Whatever.
Well, because that was the big thing about Battlefield Bad Company 2, right? Was like the entire map was destructible.
Blow everything up.
Like you would roll in, there would be a village there at the beginning of the game, and there's no village there at the end of the game. And then it's like they went to Battlefield 3, which they were like, okay, we want to do like sprawling cities and shit. And like the destruction was there, but it's not like you're gonna take down an entire building in that game.
Yeah, you're not gonna spawn
like,
on a Call of Duty sized map with no buildings.
Yeah, but I mean, like, Bad Company 2 did it, and it was fucking great.
Dude, I bet part of the is Bad Company 2 available digitally anywhere?
Yeah, you can get it on Origin.
Okay, I didn't know.
I'm sure. It might even be on Game Pass too.
Oh fuck! Is it? Wait, hold on.
I can.
You have to search Game Pass for it.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now.
It looks like it's on Steam.
That's also it could also be on Steam too because it's one of the older.
Anyway,
it's included with EA Play.
Yeah, EA
Play. Yeah, you just got it on Steam.
I can't believe that game hasn't gotten. Maybe the servers got shut down. Even if it's on Origin, that doesn't mean the
Magic Games is private servers.
No, because Battlefield doesn't have Battlefield. You can host your own servers. You don't need to.
I thought it stays alive forever.
Wow.
Yeah, you don't. You're not like stuck with the fucking dedicated servers from whatever company.
Well, anyway, I just wanted to bring it up because I don't know what else. I don't think EA had anything else, but 2042, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gently interested. I don't know. I need to see more. Like,
I wouldn't mind another game to kind of throw myself into. Not even remotely
interested.
I don't know. I've burned out on Call of Duty ever since forever ago, like months ago. So I kind of wouldn't mind eventually getting back into a new shooter, something big like that. Kind of cool. Especially having been talking to Tyler about Halo 3 more lately. I should probably just fucking get back
just play Halo 3
collection and just replay Halo 3 a few more times.
Yeah, I mean, I've been kind of playing.
Watch Tyler get fucking mollywopped on that.
That's so
Yo, man, I know.
multiplayer mode.
That's the other part of it. For those Shit, we should have added that to the watch list. We fucking
we
Aiden
still
last
can.
week after we watched Grandma's Boy. We
yes.
Hell yeah.
we got Freeman through the end of season 1 of Red vs. Blue.
Hell yeah, brother.
It was an absolute blast the whole time.
Final verdict?
I mean, I'd seen it once. I ran up with Tim. He showed it to me in high school. It was still as good as I remember,
really?
but yeah. You had like just gotten on DVD and I think it was me and Ed came over and watched all of season 1.
Oh,
hell yeah,
dude. Still, honestly,
It's just been so long, I'd forgotten
we're
it.
going on a little bit of a tangent. It's season 1 of Red vs. Blue still cracks me up constantly.
Still fucks.
It's still actually incredible.
Oh yeah, it's just actually funny dialogue.
What? Is it a spider? Get it off. But you know what else is still funny?
What? What's still funny, Tim?
Japanimation.
I thought you were gonna say the title. I was getting ready to like blast the wow for when you said the Weeb shit. Anyway, did it actually play the audio for you guys? I can't tell.
Yes, we heard it.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right.
Which means importantly, it showed up for the viewers.
Yes, because if they didn't, then it's just me who gets to enjoy the wow sound effects. And that's fun for no one.
Yeah, that's just a travesty right there.
Yeah, there's there's so much Weeb shit that I'm not gonna actually talk about all of it.
Why?
The big one. Well, like Funimation and Crunchyroll had this big deluge of like, here's all the trailers and promotional material for like all 15 shows that we have collectively licensed this season, not together, just like both of them decided to do this the same day. So there's a ton of shows announced for each platform. There's a ton of trailers. I didn't put them on here because if you want to see these, literally go to either of their YouTube accounts. It's like the last 10 videos for each of them. But we're gearing up for the new season to start in like a week. So all of this is either news about stuff that's concluding or like shit that's even further in the future. And actually, there's just a lot of streaming availability, which I'm happy to talk about. Anyway, first and foremost, because of the implications of this news, the Saga of Time and Evil got its season 2 announced.
Crazy.
Wild. This is Katakawa saying, yes, we do sequels now, which is fucking wild. On top of that, the announcement came with the release of a OVA for the same series, which Crunchyroll has right now. As far as I can tell, it's a joke series because there's something about pasta in the title of the OVA episode name. So it's probably a joke episode. I'm excited. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I can't watch this OVA. But now I have an incentive to watch it.
Same.
But the important thing to come out of this announcement.
Operation Desert Pasta. I see what you mean.
Yes. There's unless they're attacking Italy, I don't know what's going on in this. But the big thing to come out of this is now, if you look at anime that's aired in the last year, ReZero got its season 2. We got our Overlord announcement. Here's the Saga of Tiny the Evil announcement. Looking at Isekai Quartet,
boy.
all that leaves is Konosuba. So I'm waiting for that day. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be because they just gave his author the Combatants Will Be Dispatched anime. So I don't know how much they're trying to promote his brand. But I'm always looking for more Megumin. Anyway, one little piece of not anime news. I know you guys are gonna hate, but I need to talk about this.
What?
So VTuber Kiryu Coco announced her graduation from Hololive. This was
What the fuck does that mean?
Sorry, so
You said
just
a lot of words.
who this person is. So every year Hololive adds like a new generation of VTubers, just so they don't like
It's been like a
fill up
year.
their own. It's been like Hololive has been going for like 6 years now. It's just the English branch started less than a year ago. So the point is, I believe Kiryu was part of the Gen 3, but point is, she was the first one who could speak English fluently. And she was a massive ship poster. So naturally, she was the one who drew all of like the English language attention to VTubers as a whole, and she arguably opened the door for Hololive EN to be a thing. And earlier this month, she announced her retirement. But this is they call it graduation in Hololive because that's how they treat it like they're an idol agency, but whatever.
What the hell is this?
No, that's not a Hololive thing. That's just a Japanese idol culture thing. Like you graduate from being in an idol group when you get kicked out.
Oh my god.
But unlike the previous VTubers who've graduated, Coco's leaving because she actually wants to pursue something else. Like she's not leaving on bad terms. This is the first time we've had a case where it's not a VTuber gets abruptly canceled and never mentioned again. Like she's now being enshrined as like the first like VTuber got so successful that she retired to do something else. And the last month of content she's been putting out, just collaborating with everyone else in the company, has been absolutely wild. Like we went from thinking, oh no, this is gonna be a month where all of her fans are sad, to like this is the hypest fucking month of a streamer's life. Like this is crazy. So she really redefined what it means to like end your streamer career,
Should I
like
ask
on a
what
bang.
she's going to?
Oh, nothing. She just doesn't want to be a VTuber anymore.
You said she's going on to something else. It sounds like.
Yeah, she wants to do something
something
other than
that's
be a
not a
VTuber.
Oh, she. Okay.
Yeah.
I assumed that meant she knew
Just
what
like-
she wanted to do.
No. A lot of these. So like the thing is, even though like I may be watching Kiryu Coco, but there's a person behind that that's technically separate from this persona who does their own thing, and it's kind of an open secret because there's one YouTube channel where they just track down, all of these people who go to and work for Hololive. At one point, they were streamers before this because they all have streaming talent. So there are certain channels that go around trying to figure out who were these people before they joined Hololive. And Kiryu Coco's still streams as herself in addition to her VTuber, so it's kind of known who she is. So it may just be that she's getting involved in something else. But point is, everyone's happy. We were all sad for a little bit, but this has been a wild month of Hololive shit.
Dude, this is some weird shit, bro.
Yes.
Look, once you're in it, it doesn't seem that weird. They're like you see the same fucking drama over normal streamers, except instead of being a streamer, it's a streamer playing a character.
Am I weird? No. It's
No.
the normies who are weird.
The normies who are weird.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, it seems kind of odd, but like, what if I told you that your favorite streamer, their real life personality is different than their on-stream personality? What if I told you that? Does that seem believable?
That's true.
Yeah,
that's like
it
true
is
for
very
literally. I
believable.
feel like that's true for a lot of personalities on like Twitch and these other like YouTube channels and shit too.
Yeah, so-
like, I would be shocked actually if more often than not that weren't the case.
So take that streamer with the fake personality and turn off their webcam. Same kind of thing, except instead of the webcam, there's just some anime girl in the corner. That's it. That's all this is. It's a streamer putting on an act to be a character. And people just get way too fucking into their characters because we all know how weebs are with waifus. It's
True.
a naturally occurring phenomenon. They will
Wasn't there
sit
that
for
one guy
literally
that, like-
anything.
Wasn't there that one guy that was like quote unquote dating his 3DS game?
Yes, he got legally married to a character in a 3DS game. She was crazy.
Can we please?
Japan is so weird. Homosexuality is illegal, but yes, you can marry your waifu.
Oh, this is so much.
Japan is great.
Anyway, I want to talk about real anime news instead of Hololive shit because I can already tell you guys. I can already tell you guys are really. I'm losing brownie points to you guys faster than I can count here. Anyway, this one's big. I haven't watched a new episode of Hero Academia, but I can hear people grumbling online because that's all people do about Hero Academia. But going by the manga arc order, which is typically how these shows work, after the school showdown arc, we're supposed to enter what's known as My Villain Academia, which is just the villain-centric arc that everyone's been waiting for.
This.
That said, at some point in the Villain Academia arc, there's a cutaway to some shit about Todoroki's family, and that can be considered its own sub-arc. It sounds like they're pushing that up front, so we're going to do that first before getting to the real next canon arc, and people are a little annoyed. Some people think it has to do with they want the 24th episode to end on a very certain story beat. I don't know what it is. I'm not like alluding to shit I know here.
So, I mean, just to basically confirm, the end of the newest episode is definitely says we're going for that.
For the Todoroki arc?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, no, that's why everyone's a little confused.
Also,
but honestly, if it leads to better story progression, I'm fine with it.
Also, the movie seems to be tied to that, so...
Oh, fuck. That's right. That's coming out soon, isn't it?
Yeah, and considering how this episode ended, we're clearly heading towards whatever is involved in that movie. So that's probably part of it, too.
These semi-canon movies are so weird. Because they just keep doing dumber and dumber shit in the movies.
Hey, man, it's pretty good.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I love it.
The ending of movie 2 is still pretty good.
I love it. I really, honestly, I don't give a shit about the plot of these movies. I'm here to see like what crazy animation sequence they're going to come up with for the last fight. Because they're now 2 for 2. And there's high expectations for this next one.
Yeah, what could they possibly do after the things that have happened in these 2 movies to this 3rd movie?
Honestly, with what they did with Ida's fight this season, I'm like, you know what? They could make a hype scene out of literally anything.
Oh, totally.
Just give Nakamura enough time and he can make this whole show look phenomenal. Anyway, moving on. I told you guys in person, I didn't talk on the podcast yet, but Wonder Egg Priority, the show where its last episode got pushed off by 3 months. They announced this special episode is going to be an hour long. And at first, everyone's like, oh my God, finally, more time. They can flesh out the ending. This shit could make actual sense. And then some guy's like, hey, this was the studio that gave us a ton of recap episodes when they needed more time. Like, and it's been 3 months. Like, what are the odds it's a recap episode? And everyone's like, no, why would you do that? This is a very real possibility. And the Wonder Egg Priority team has just been radio silent until this thing comes out. So we have no idea what's going to happen. I'm really hoping it's an hour long. They got a lot of ground to cover with this finale. Moving on, I already talked about Crunchyroll and Funimation. Both have their lineups announced. They got a lot of shit going on. This might be one of those magical seasons where there's only like 3 or 4 shows that just don't have anyone licensing them, which means for people who do actually want to pirate it, if a show is licensed officially, it means that subtitles are more readily available. So everyone, paying and non-paying customers, rejoice. Also in Funimation's area, so since Funimation is now basically just the anime branch of Sony, they're starting to get more and more of that cool shit you get for being closely tied to a company. Meaning they can start premiering episodes early the same way they do in Japan. So for 2 of the series that are getting their episodes like having an early airing event in Japan, they are doing limited time stream events where you can watch the first episode of these shows before they air. So the 2 they'd announced were, one is Sunny Boy, which I don't remember the plot synopsis, but it's the director of One Punch Man, so I'm excited. And the second one's Scarlet Nexus, which if the name looks familiar, it might, because Bandai Namco, Namco Bandai, I always script their name, has an action RPG with the exact same name coming out, and this anime is like a tie-in to advertise it. So both those got streamed early. I think Sunny Boy's been removed from YouTube already because it was limited. Scarlet Nexus is still like the front video on Funimation's page. If for some reason you guys are curious about that, go check that out. But we're probably going to see more of these going forward, which is interesting. I usually hate watching episode 1 like a month before the show actually airs, just because you forget what happens by the time it's really airing. But it's still cool that we have the option now. Also in options for Funimation, Mugen Train is airing on Funimation as of today.
Whoa.
So you don't, mostly just because the Blu-ray came out in Japan like 2 days ago. So now that they know everyone can pirate it,
like,
you can now finally watch it. Again, if you haven't seen it so far, go see it. I don't think watching it here will contribute to their sales numbers, so I endorse this. So I don't have to talk about this anymore.
Freeman's like, please stop making me talk about this movie every single podcast.
Yes, I mean, yeah. Anyway, on to shit you can actually finally watch now. So Shaman King has been airing in Japan, and Netflix is doing their normal thing of pretending it doesn't exist, and then finally announcing on August 9th we'll be getting the first 12 episodes. You guys have already heard me complain about Shaman King and how I feel about Netflix just like hiding a weekly shonen show that's going to be like 100 episodes or so. That said, like, I want to see it. I want to see what all the hype's about. I want to see if Shaman King is actually as good as everyone's saying. So I'm going to watch this, but I'm still really butthurt about the release strategy for this. And next one, this one's fun. So I showed this to Tyler on the train ride in the city the other week. For the people who play on the Japanese version of Fate Grand Order, Chapter 6 of the Lost Belt Saga released. And there'd been some anticipation for this story chapter just because it took so goddamn long to release. They had a live stream event talking about, like, here's why it took so long. They got the guy who wrote Fate Stay Night to author this particular chapter, and he's very wordy with how he describes things. So they pull out the entire script and just plop it on stage. And I want to clarify, this is the script for the story sections of a mobile game. And the length of the story he wrote for this is longer than the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Holy shit.
I want that to sink in. This is a visual novel that plays 2 lines at a time on your cell phone. And this is the density of the most recent story chapter in Japan.
Holy shit.
Actually insane. I can't wait until this comes out 2 years from now. That's not a joke. Like, the English language of Fate Grand Order is time locked 2 years behind JP. So we know everything 2 years in advance. Like, I'm reading the new story chapter now that was it's 2 years old for them. But the point is, whenever Nasu gets to do long form writing, he gets really creative and weird. So I'm curious what goes on here. And then the last big announcement, Otakoi, which is short for, I don't know the Japanese name, but the anime is called Love is Hard for Otaku. Had an OVA announced this week, to which everyone was like, oh my god, is this going to give us hope for season 2? I looked a little more into the news, and the OVA got announced with the final chapter of the manga. So I'm going to say no, season 2 is never going to happen, and this OVA is kind of like a farewell to the series. So it's a little bittersweet, just because I really liked it. I know Luigi liked it. We're trying to get Tim, we're trying to get you and Val to watch it pretty soon. But at least we have an OVA to say goodbye with. Anyway, do I have my sound suppression? No, I have my sound suppression. You just can't hear the music that's about to play because it's time for the main event. It's that time again. It's the Waifu Wars 2021 slash anime. I'm not going to play the full song.
You know, I'm actually really surprised that you're even bringing this up.
Why? I have to bring it up. Do you know why today is an important day?
No, I'm saying because you forgot like at least 4 days in a row.
I have not forgotten since we got out of pools. Except for elimination.
No, because I remember
except for round one group
A. Last week you're like, oh, it's been happening this whole time, and then we met Sunday. You're like, I forgot again.
Okay, I told you I forgot, then proceeded to vote for the day. And that's also been 3 days since. I voted every day since then, which is 3 of the 4 days of the first round. So the point is, I don't want to vote. I just want to view the brackets. Today is a monumental day because Megami from Food Wars was up for elimination, and it looks like she did in fact beat Aoi-chan from Yuta Camp by a sizable margin. So far, the upsets have not been as triggering as I want them to be. Most of these are just whoever seeded higher is winning, which is like usually how it works the first couple rounds. A lot of statisticians are in these threads talking about how like every winner has been seeded 1 through 8th, and the number 7 seed has never won a single contest in anime history. So everyone's just like really speculating on who statistically will win based off old patterns and removing the waifus from the equation.
I really hate the internet. How we have a waifu war statisticians out here. Fuck you.
Dude, this is the main event. Like Tokyo Olympics canceled. Waifu wars shit's still happening. Like oh my god. There was a 6-vote upset. Holy shit.
Breaking news.
Oh my god, breaking news. The main character from Sword Art Online Alternative beats out a side character from the Railgun series. Holy shit. Anyway. This is an eventful time. I realize it sounds stupid, but this is literally the crown jewel of being on r/anime. I don't tell anyone about this, but for the next 2 weeks, like this is highlight of my evening. As I come home, like, oh shit, the new thread is out. It's literally the Olympics for anime sims. Is what this is.
I'm just looking at the. Oh shit, Kohaku's still in. Rin's still in. Didn't Rin like almost win one of them?
Rin's gotten very close, but everyone wants Saber to win.
Oh my fucking god!
The big takeaway is that what's her name? The girl who wears the helmet in Dr. Stone.
Oh, oh my god!
She got eliminated yesterday, and a lot of people speculate because her face wasn't fully visible. She got eliminated, and now there's this speculation that there's a small subset of voters who literally votes for which character looks cuter in the picture they use for the tournament, which is awful because a lot of the pictures they use aren't the best picture possible.
You know, there's probably something to that.
Like, I'm just going to say this. So Raftalia from Rising the Shield Hero, she famously has a really awful photo for some reason. And people are speculating whether she's going to get eliminated just because she doesn't have a good picture.
You know, it's disappointing.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because honestly, there's no way. I mean, there are very few people who would know who all of these characters are.
Yeah, not everyone's a grand whale of a week like I am.
If you don't know, like if you haven't seen that show or whatever, you're going to go off of whatever picture you see.
Yeah, I wonder what rules everyone sets themselves.
You know,
like when it comes to shows,
be honorable and not vote, but you know,
like between a show I've seen and one I haven't seen, I'll vote for one I've seen. But if I haven't seen both of them, I just don't vote in that bracket because it's like
that's honorable.
Yeah, weebs aren't honorable.
I get that.
True.
Oh god, it's freaky how many of these characters I recognize. Oh shit.
That's what being a weeb will do to you.
Shit.
And this is only bracket
Arena versus Red Blood Cell.
Damn, Arena's gonna get murdered. What the fuck? I hate this.
You think Red Blood Cell's gonna beat Arena?
Absolutely.
Probably. What's Arena seeded right now?
Arena.
Where is she?
Arena's seeded 90 versus Red Blood Cell at 167.
I've seen worse.
I just don't like how many of these characters I recognize from this list now.
Dude, the only way to stop it is to stop watching anime.
How the fuck is Tanya even in this?
Because Tanya's a cool character.
Tanya's rated 74th. Jesus. Oh yeah, there's Saba.
Saber can't win. She literally can't win until the Fate storyline anime gets readapted. She will never win. It's a simple fact.
So Freeman, are there not? Oh, these are the groups. These are the groups. I knew there were groups. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot more. We'll move on from this. But
why is Aqua #1 seed? Just
because Aqua's #1 seed. Because people want her to win. She hasn't won so far, and she comes very close every year. All the Konosuba girls score highly, but if Aqua can't win, no one can.
None of them deserve it.
I'm just remembering.
I kindly need you guys all to shut the hell up. Because what's really going to happen this year is the same shit that happened last year. People want Hollow to win, and they're going to kill Megumin just to make it happen again. Like someone did the bracket, and I was like, "Yeah, best case scenario, Hollow murders Megumin in the semifinals, then wins the whole thing." And I'm like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me! Not again!"
This is too much.
There's this whole meta commentary for everyone who's been here for all 8 years of it. It's just shit is wild. This is like we're entering the era of just like weird entertainment. Like I used to think about this.
Yeah,
like,
we talked about VTubers 5 minutes ago.
Before our grandparents' generation, when you were a kid, everyone growing up went through the same shit. Didn't matter history. Sometimes there were, one generation may have had refrigerators, some may have not. But like this is something else. No other generation has grown up with fucking waifu competitions across the globe.
True.
God.
True.
Truly, we live in cursed times.
Maybe they were better off for
Anime
it.
really was a mistake, That's
Probably.
the best way to put it.
Anyway, this is the massive mistake I'm ending here. That's it for the weeb shit.
So now we can move on to the actual topic. Back to, for the first time ever, we're moving back across the ocean to the west after the weeb shit and not just talking about all the anime we watched.
Yeah. There's a lot.
So E3 happened. A lot of stuff got announced. A lot of video games.
And honestly, a lot of it's not even on this list.
Is there anything missing that matters? You can add it in.
Nothing that matters. I'm pretty sure I added everything that matters.
I was gonna say it's very impressive that you filled out a ton of this shit, Aiden, because I followed almost none of this. But who would have guessed that the biggest set of announcements would come from fucking Microsoft? Half of it because, well, I guess not even half from Bethesda.
But also Bethesda.
Yeah, they kind of rolled it in.
So the
Aiden,
Microsoft conference, they just kind of rolled Bethesda in because anybody that forgot, Bethesda is owned by Microsoft now. And like, man, Microsoft probably had the best conference out of all of them.
Whoa.
By far. I mean, like some of the Bethesda shit was pretty disappointing. Like
Did
the
Sony
Starfield
have
announcement was. Did Sony have one?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, that explains.
They did their state of play.
Okay.
Unless
Sorry,
I missed that. I'm pretty sure that they didn't have one. Or at least I never heard about it.
Yeah, Starfield was like, look at our Star Citizen looking trailer. Bye.
Yeah, it was like, it wasn't even like a real trailer though. It was like a fucking cinematic teaser.
That's what I mean.
It's just like,
we're
making this game still, guys. Like,
man, remember when Elder Scrolls 6 was shown off like 2 years ago as just a piece of concept art, and it's like that game is still 10 years away.
Years off.
Hold on, how old is Skyrim now?
Over
2011.
10
oh
years
my
old.
goodness.
Yeah, Bethesda. Why, Freeman? Why do anything? Skyrim still earns so much money.
It sounds like some GTA speak here. Just leave the 5th one out for all eternity, and then 6 will maybe happen.
I mean, yeah. Those are literally the two. Anyway, so Starfield, it's a game that's coming.
Starfield's a thing apparently. I don't know. We have to see more. Jury's still out on that. The one that I personally was kind of interested in that I've never heard of was Replaced. And it is a 2D, what looks like a 2D side scroller. It's very much, it's pixel art kind of. Oh my god, what is that? What is that effect? That layering effect in 2D?
Like the 2.5D or
it's
the
yes,
retro look.
It almost looks like Octopath, yeah, or like Backbone. It looks like Backbone. And this game looks pretty cool.
Oh, the art's
they
really cool.
didn't really explain much about it, but like the effects and the music were fire. It looks like some fucking Castlevania / 1980s fucking crazy shit. I don't know.
This is
It
really
looks
cool.
really cool.
This trailer is pretty hot.
Yeah, so that got shown off. They didn't really talk much more about that, unfortunately. They talked about Halo Infinite, which I personally don't care about.
Dude, that armor though looks like everyone's going nuts about the armor. That
Yeah,
armor looks
the
so
Hayabusa,
much better.
Yeah, the Hayabusa armor looks good.
No, like I'm saying, like across the board, like armors.
Oh, just like the
look
game in
better.
general?
No.
Oh,
Like there were a lot of screenshots floating around the day they announced. They talked about how multiplayer is free for this game, by the way, for everybody,
a bold move.
which is
Oh, well, you know what
crazy.
that means, Battle Pass.
Well,
sure.
no, but they are adding a battle pass, but I think it's like
It's a one-time.
It's a single battle pass.
Yep.
Just buy premium online, essentially.
Yep.
Interesting.
But no, there was a lot of comparison screenshots going around of like, look at Halo 5's multiplayer armor sets and look at Halo Infinite's, and it's like, look at how much better and cleaner these look.
I mean, I would hope so.
Like 5 just looks over-designed, and to lose gameability, I guess, or like visual information was too busy.
Yeah.
The screenshots for Infinite, like, it's so much cleaner. It looks like Halo 3 armor, basically modernized. Like, look at these clean lines. Look at these cool armors that don't have to have 10,000 things on them to look cool.
Yeah, I mean, Halo armor has always they've always been after that simplicity. It's like, are you the red guys? Then you shoot the blue guys.
Well, now that's what I'm saying. That's what it seems like 5 sucked at, and now Infinite's coming back.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, the trailer was neat, like the multiplayer trailer was neat, but man, 4 really let me down.
I mean, it sure did, and I've never played 5, but me and Tyler were talking that
4?
we'll probably. I mean, I
Oh,
still
I'm
have
sorry.
Game Pass.
I'm sorry. I keep having that fever dream about Halo 4. That game never came out though.
Wait, you also had that dream where we played it on?
Yeah, I don't know. It's the weirdest thing.
I
It's
know, like,
crazy.
it just felt like a real game. It was so weird.
Well, I mean, it's Infinite. I will give Infinite a shot. It's been, it's never good to see what happened to Infinite though, where it's like, all right, guys, our release date's coming up. Look at all this stuff. Wow, that looks like shit. Okay, you push it back. Like,
I'll still never forget how confused I was buying Monster Energy drinks that all just had this like get free EXP in this game that's not out.
yeah.
That was so wild.
They printed so many of those cans that campaign went on for like 6 months, and I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that was bad. Well, yeah, we'll see what happens. Outer Worlds 2 got an announcement, which I'm hyped. I enjoyed Outer Worlds. I wish they had done a little more with it, honestly. So maybe this is their opportunity to do that.
Did you play the DLC, Aiden? I didn't, because on Game Pass, I think you had to pay for it, and I just never.
I did not play the DLC, no.
Because, like, man, I wish this had me more hyped, but God, the ending of that game was just so rushed and boring. Like, that game feel like it fell off a cliff to me, Outer Worlds 1, so it's harder for me to get hype about 2.
That's fine. I mean, maybe they were given more time to do this, or maybe it'll suck again. Who knows?
I mean, I'll probably play it. I mean, so not to throw this in, but according to Microsoft, every single thing that was announced at E3 is getting day one Game Pass.
Yes, except there. And I was going to talk about that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Section.
Keep going. There.
No, that's fine. Yeah, there are some exceptions to that.
That's fine.
Actually, so.
I know this one you're hype as fuck for, though, Aiden.
Stalker 2. Stalker 2.
Okay,
we're going. What?
Can I just say, no.
Yes.
It's pretty cool that they are speaking straight up Russian in the trailer, because even Metro hasn't really done that, and that's the other big Russian series. So to see Stalker come out on stage,
Yeah,
No, yeah,
So
you
like the
can do
Russian-
that, but that was never like the default.
Yeah. That's what
Um,
I'm saying. Like, they never put out the trailer for a Metro game and were like, look at this character speaking Russian with subtitles. That's all I'm saying. So that, like, the
Yeah.
fact that the main trailer for Stalker 2 is like, no, these guys are just talking in Russian with subtitles. Just deal with it. It seems cool.
Yeah, it looks really good, and I'm very excited.
Talk about a series that literally crawled up from, like, it feels like almost nothing to be on the Xbox showcase.
Yeah, I mean, they were it was a very niche game for a
Yeah.
long time on PC, and like I'm glad that it's getting the attention like this because it is a very good series. And I'm very excited. The trailer was fucking awesome. It looks fantastic, like
Yeah,
actually.
it's been a while since the last one.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Like
When
12
did
years.
Shadow of Chernobyl come out? Or no, Call of Pripyat was the
It
most
was
recent one.
2009.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
been
12
a
years apart. Dang.
hot minute.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Yeah, but like, oh, I cannot overstate how excited I am for this game. Like, I can't wait. Can't wait. Go play Stalker 2.
Real quick, if you go to Wikipedia, and look at the Stalker series, they have a ticker on the right which shows every release by year, and in like Call of Duty or Battlefield, every year there's something. Timeline of releases is 2007, 8, and 9. There's one game, and then there's literally just from 2010 to 2021. It's just nothing, and then in 2022 we're gonna get Stalker 2.
Hell yeah.
That looks really funny.
I'm hoping that they put in their work for this, because like it would be a travesty if this
Didn't go well.
gets rushed. Yeah, but
You've had 10
I
years,
mean,
man.
yeah, it looks good so far. I don't believe it's been in development hell. I
yeah.
think they just never got it off the ground. And this, I believe, popped up. I want to say this popped up as like a GoFundMe or like a Kickstarter at some point, and then they kind of just went from there. But yeah, I mean, the fucking atmosphere of these games is just spectacular. And they show the bloodsuckers, and they just, they look so good. I'm giddy. But I digress. I'm sorry. Moving on. They did the Back for Blood announced its open beta, which starts next month.
Is it the next Left 4 Dead game?
It's from Turtle Rock Studios. They did the first Left 4 Dead.
Gotcha.
And so yeah, Back for Blood. This game also looks pretty promising to me. I've kind of been missing the whole Left 4 Dead kind of style of game, so I'll probably be trying that out. I believe it starts on the 16th, July 16th. The open beta starts. I'll just confirm.
Be pretty funny if the beta came to Game Pass, then I'd play it with you right away.
Yeah. Oh no, I lied. It's not in July. It's in August. August 5th to 9th, and August 12th to 16th. Yeah, hype. Looking for that. Diablo 2 Resurrected got its trailer here.
Buff.
Oh boy.
In Microsoft.
Kind of surprised that Activision came with this here. It feels like, but I guess they didn't do their own thing, so.
Yeah, they didn't really. Well, BlizzCon also got canceled this year too, and so who knows what they're doing. Yeah, Diablo 2 finally got its release date. It's coming out in September on the 23rd, and it looks really good. I'll probably play that too. They showed a nebulous trailer for Redfall, which also looks like a game like Back for Blood and Left 4 Dead, except vampires. And it's from Arcane Studios, who did. They
did.
Oh my God,
Dishonored.
Yes, Dishonored, that one. And they also did Deathloop, which is another game that's coming out that is not out yet. So, I don't know. They didn't really show much about it aside from a trailer. Y'all motherfuckers need to stop doing that shit. And finally, Game Pass fucking killed it. Every game that was mentioned here is going to be on Game Pass, as Tim alluded to earlier, except Diablo 2.
Oh, who cares? That's fine by me. I figured it was that one because that's a re-release of an old game. Probably not worth dealing with, but yeah.
I think it probably has more to do with its Activision, and they're like.
Well, yeah. I mean, they technically still have
just like
their own.
We're
thing,
releasing the bare minimum possible for this.
Yeah. Oh, also, Far Cry 6 isn't coming out on Game Pass, which I guess they were going to do that and then decided not to. And then the other one was Battlefield 2042 isn't coming out on EA Play on Game Pass.
So it's only coming out on EA Play by itself.
That's what it sounds like they're doing.
So dumb. Who cares?
But I don't know.
So much for still.
I'm sure it's going to change. They'll probably put it on there eventually, but they're gonna want that initial cash flow.
Speaking of Game Pass, while we were talking, I just opened it up for another reason before. Yakuza 7 and Yakuza Remastered Collection are now both on Game Pass, so those are downloading while we're recording the podcast right now.
The whole series. I was going to tell you that, actually. Yep. The whole series of Yakuza is officially now on Game Pass.
They're downloading just so I can.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
All right, brother. That's it for Microsoft, though. Ubisoft showed some stuff. Rainbow Six Zombies.
Yo, I kind of want to play that game. I played so much I played so much of the co-op versus AI of fucking Rainbow Six Siege. I kind of would play another game based on that.
I mean, I'll check it out. I like the mechanics of Siege. I think the mechanics of Siege are really good.
It's just gonna play like Zombies does in Call of Duty.
That's what it seems like to me. Cause do you remember that event, Tim? Like the alien event
in Siege?
In Siege,
no.
Yeah,
I didn't play Siege during that.
I played it with somebody. Maybe it was you, Tyler. Do you remember that, Tyler?
What, playing?
There was like an alien mode event thing.
Oh yeah, I'm upset I missed that though. But yeah, that was like the preamble to like, like those whatever hazard ops like operators.
Yeah. So this is that except a game.
Yeah, it was like it was like the Halloween event actually last year.
Yeah. That's it. I'll probably play it. It's cool. Again, I think that we're kind of like in that we're just in that part of the cycle where everybody's like, "Hey, Left 4 Dead was a pretty good that was a good game format." And now everybody's like, "All right, let's make Left 4 Dead." But yeah. Oh, anyways. There's no new Assassin's Creed this year. They are continuing support for Valhalla, which is weird. It's a first for Ubisoft. They always have a new one.
Did they announce they wanted to slow down the release cadence because they thought their games were getting too similar or something?
So they just realized that now?
I think they made a statement about it, like they're not unique enough. We need more time, and everyone's like, "We're glad you noticed it."
I mean, good for them, I guess. But shit, that's been a long time coming. So yeah, and I mean, but like Valhalla was already such a massive fucking game. That's a long game. It's like a fucking 80-hour long campaign. It's fucking wild. So, I mean, like, good for them for continuing its support. I don't know. I think they could probably give Assassin's Creed a couple years break and it would be fine. That's just me. But what I'm glad is no longer on break soon is Far Cry 6. They showed a trailer for that made me super hype.
They have a date though?
Fucking Gus Fring looks dope as fuck. I don't know if they announced the date.
Oh
I
my
can't
god!
remember.
I literally can't find the Wikipedia article because there's just too many links to the exact
October
same trailer.
7th.
Oh, it's close.
Yeah, so that's coming out soon. I'm very excited for that. Just me. I know Tim doesn't care
about what.
Don't like Far Cry.
I mean, I would play a new. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really care.
Honestly, I'm over them. Like, after playing 3 and 4, I'm like, I'm kind of over it.
I think we talked about this last podcast.
I guess it suffered. Right? Yeah, we did. Or no, not last podcast. I do remember talking about this.
Because I know I remember saying the line, I haven't played since 3, and I always thought they looked kind of okay, but I played 2 and 3, and that was it.
Hold on. I'm noticing something a little wonky here. I'm on the Wikipedia page for Far Cry 6, and it's talking about the platforms it's available for. If you looked at just like normal ones, Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, they're in alphabetical order. But this title is also releasing for Stadia and Amazon Luna.
I can't believe Stadia.
This is where shit gets wonky. Did Amazon name it as such? That way it gets placed first because the A in Amazon, so Amazon Luna is the front of the list. But the problem is Stadia is also at the end of the list, so it's not alphabetical. This is just everyone's throwing Stadia at the end of the list.
Okay, so the most shocking thing that you just shared with me in that whole thing is what the fuck is Amazon Luna?
It's literally Stadia, but it's Amazon.
Oh, Amazon, please.
Yo,
Please.
Amazon's been also trying to get into the game shit for like
That's
years
fine.
now.
They
Who
can
did they
try,
buy, like
but
Iron
just
Galaxy
don't
or
do
something?
Stadia.
Something like that. I mean, they ain't gonna work out.
Game
but-
I mean,
Pass
they
has
have their new
one.
game. Their MMO is coming out soon. New World.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't
who
the one that
knows
was
how
canceled?
that's gonna go. No, that is not the one that was canceled.
Okay, because I know there was one big title they shut down.
Oh,
yeah.
Amazon? Yeah, I can't remember.
I am unaware, but
It looks like you'll get Luna subscribers will get Ubisoft games on release. Interesting. So there's something in there. But
So they picked a publisher while Stadia
Oh.
had nobody.
yeah,
Okay. Well, that's probably a better move, but
they're still
Man.
charging $15 a month for this shit.
Honestly,
but it seems like it's you pay in, you just have all the games. It's not
Bold-
like whatever Stadia's bullshit model was.
Bold issue, though. Ubisoft really only puts out, it feels like, Rainbow Six content, occasional random stuff, and Far Cry and Assassin's Creed.
did Tim go robot for anybody else?
A little bit.
Did I heard it for a second. Am I okay now?
You're fine, yeah.
Yeah, you're good now.
I was just saying, Ubisoft is like the only games that come out are Assassin's Creed and Far Cry 6, and then random other stuff like is listed here, and then Rainbow Six content. But it feels like there's just not a lot.
They don't have a very broad.
Hold the front door.
library.
Luna's only $6 a month, but to get the Ubisoft shit, you need to pay $15 per month just for Ubisoft. This is stupid.
Wait, 15 a month in addition or 15 a month total?
15 a month in addition.
So you're up to 21 a month.
$22.
Wow,
Yeah, no,
that's
21.
fucking. All right,
That's
well,
more than
fuck
Game
that.
Pass.
Damn, this sucks.
That's,
Everyone's competing so hard that just no one has it all. Like no one. This is annoying.
Yeah, I mean,
Game Pass is the
something,
closest we got.
something.
I'm gonna go
we're
look at
all
more
gonna
Game
put
Pass
back
games to
on-
download right now. By the way,
We're all gonna put our pirate hats back on. That's
I
the way
know.
this is going, unfortunately. But yeah, last two things Ubisoft announced: Mario and Rabbids. Cool. Who fucking cares? And Avatar,
Wait, which one?
oh, shit.
the blue people Avatar.
no!
Oh,
Not the
real-
one that has
wait,
four
wait,
planned sequels.
Wait, real quick. I only bring this up because it's been on my mind today. I'm sorry to derail. Game Pass
No.
apparently
Sure.
one of their day one releases. Haha. One of their day one releases is that awful new D&D game that came out today or like this week.
Dark
that
Alliance?
Yeah.
Oh, is it
all the
bad?
reviews are set. Oh, the reviews are atrocious.
Oh no.
And it's on. I just opened Game Pass. It's like newest release, Dark Alliance.
Oof. Ooh. Oh no.
Are you looking at reviews, Aiden?
Yeah.
How bad
That's bad. Ooh, 4 out of 10. Yeesh.
Yeah, a lot of
Yikes.
the reviews are not spectacular.
Well, not gonna play that game.
Well, hey, you could try it on Game Pass if you pay for Game Pass.
No, it's fine. I'll pass.
Anyway, sorry, keep going with you,
Really,
Ubisoft.
it's okay. That's it for Ubisoft. Honestly, the biggest surprise for me was that Avatar thing, and you know what? It kind of looks alright. Like it
Honest
looks like
question,
Avatar.
Is
Like, I don't know.
Avatar is the second Avatar movie going to make any money?
Probably.
It made the studio really upset they pre-purchased 4 more
Like
or 3 more.
Like, God, outside of the 3D, do people? I don't know. My
No,
coworkers
they're
are
trying to
so
watch it
excited.
on
I don't understand
HBO.
though.
I will tell you that the visual effects of the new one will have to be substantially better. Because, like, the movie fucking came out, like, over 10 years ago
Dude,
now,
how are they
right?
going to look better? Like, that movie still
Well,
looks
yeah,
as good
exactly.
as regular stuff these days. But,
So,
like,
exactly. So, it's like, if it's not anything to write home about. Because I mean, like everybody else has progressed to that point, and in some cases beyond a little bit. Since
Even
then.
further beyond.
Hold on, hear me out. What if this Avatar game is VR?
I don't think it is.
It's not a gameplay trailer, but there's one shot in the trailer where there's like a first-person shot, and I'm curious. What if they went VR for this?
Time to talk to Luigi.
I don't know. I mean, the game looks very good, and it's cool. Like I enjoyed like the world of Avatar. The movie just wasn't very good, but I think the aesthetic and like the universe is pretty cool.
One of the comments on YouTube, damn, this might come out before the actual second movie does.
I mean, yeah, probably also true. But yeah, I mean that was the biggest thing. But yeah, I don't know. I'm suspicious, but I might check it out. I mean, you know, I haven't played a shitty movie game in a while.
My God.
You know, remember when like
every movie had a tie-in video game?
You know what? Hold on. Aiden, you gave me too good of an opening. So the next thing is Gearbox, but
yes,
apparently they wrapped the Borderlands movie today, and they showed off Claptrap for the first time.
Oh, good
It looks
Lord.
like Claptrap, but the movie wrapped apparently. So that's
Hey.
you literally gave the opening of a video game movie tie-in. Well,
Well, hey,
here's a
look at
tie-in
that.
movie for a video game.
There it is, Borderlands the movie, which is honestly what most of
watching it?
fucking
Who
Gearbox's
is gonna go?
presentation
Yeah.
was.
Who is gonna go watch that?
I'll pirate it.
Like, honestly, I don't even think I'm gonna waste my time
Nope.
even pirating it. Like,
Fine. I'll watch
Is
it
the
on
plot-
Grifflix.
Is the plot lines
That's
of
fine,
Borderlands
yeah.
compelling? It's not a series I've heard a lot about.
have you ever seen Outlaw Star?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
It's literally
there you
the
go.
same plot.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
The
I don't know.
Galactic
galactic ley
Skip movie.
line is the same thing as the what the fuck is it called in Borderlands 1? I forgot what it is.
The Vault?
Basically, yeah, the vault. Basically, you get to this thing, and it'll grant you whatever fucking wish you want, pretty much.
Yeah, you know, that story has never been told before.
Yeah.
1,000 times.
I mean, to be
forever.
fair, a lot of people said the story and characters of Borderlands 2 were really good. I never gave enough of a shit to play that game, but
It's
yeah,
fun. The game was
Borderlands
fun.
2 is fun.
look,
but
maybe
it's
I
just
don't
Handsome
think
fun
Jack. Everyone was like,
games.
Handsome Jack is the best.
he was
Negative.
pretty good. He was a good villain,
I think it was
sort of,
okay.
for a while. He was a good villain for a while.
He's good for comedy.
Yeah,
Like
Butt Stallion, dude.
Butt Stallion.
Look,
Everybody
end of the
loves
day,
Butt Stallion.
end of the day, fuck, why is this movie getting made?
Because they made a bajillion fucking dollars off of Borderlands.
Yeah, but did they? I thought the last
I'm
one
really
didn't do
surprised that they didn't pick another franchise though.
Yeah,
Or
I don't know.
series, whatever.
good. I mean, you have to
Well-
imagine Gearbox must be the ones who drove this. Like, Randy Pitchford was like, hey guys, I want to make a fucking movie. Which series can we use? We can only do Borderlands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's like their best-selling game. What are they gonna do? Fucking Duke Nukem?
Steal the
I mean,
Aliens
they could
license
do-
again.
They could do Aliens, Colonial Marines too.
Oh no! Oh no!
You know what would be interesting to see if they fuck up? Go ahead, Aiden. That was your...
What?
Homeworld 3.
Dude, okay, talk about a series. Top 5
I like
series
Homeworld.
I wish I could get into is fucking Homeworld. I love space strategy games. There's so few good ones, and I've never played more than like the most like easy mode random battles against AI in this game. I can't beat like the 3rd mission of the campaign. To be fair, I played it 10 years ago. But like, man, this game's fucking hard.
Yeah, I mean it is. Although I feel like most space games for some reason have like
You mean
They're
the
just,
one
like,
that has campaigns?
aggressively
It's
difficult.
Homeworld. No one else ever had a campaign like this.
Well, yeah, they didn't have a campaign like that, but I mean even the ones that, you know, like X4 for instance,
Never played it.
or X3, X4, those are space sim games. Things in space are just hard, man, all right?
Dude, all I know is Homeworld
You're
2 is
surrounded
really
by
cool.
fucking radiation and fucking death just all the
Aliens
time.
out there, you don't know.
True. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to Homeworld 3. This was actually the surprising one from Gearbox, and they also they like showed it off in a really weird way, cause like.
Okay, I gotta look now.
Actually, this whole fucking thing was weird. The whole Gearbox show was weird, cause it's like, oh, hey guys, Homeworld 3, cutting to Randy Pitchford on the fucking Borderlands movie set. Check out this Tribes for Midgar. Oh, by the way, don't forget Homeworld 3. Now we're back to Randy Pitchford on the fucking set of the Borderlands movie. And I'm like, can you just fucking not?
Pick a spot.
So that it kind of just jumped all over the place, which was super weird. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Homeworld 3. The other game that they announced that was actually kind of interesting to me is Tribes of Midgard. This is like an isometric, like 10-player Viking game thing. It's pretty cool looking. So they showed some gameplay. Looks pretty neat. I'm kind of interested in it. It's it's one of those like explore, gather, craft kind of things, though. So it's like a crafting game, survival thing.
Apparently, there's a fig for Homeworld 3 actually, which is that knockoff Kickstarter Indiegogo for video games that Double Fine did.
Nice.
Sorry, I just watched the trailer while we were talking and I saw that and I just want to bring it up.
Yeah, and I mean the last thing that they talked about was a Borderlands, not Borderlands game, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
That was great.
Which is yeah, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is just the D&D fucking DLC from 2. What Dragon Keep, Escape from Dragon Keep or some shit.
I forgot. I remember playing it like literally 10 years ago, and I was like, "Oh, this is fun."
Oh my god, what the fuck? What was it called? Oh my god, stop. Yeah, Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep. It's just Borderlands, except it's actually just D&D.
Well, it's a D&D like story. It's still Borderlands.
It's Borderlands, except your DM is fucking Tiny Tina. I don't know if I care, because I'm kind of over Borderlands. Personally, so.
Can't agree.
I was saying, I think that's like one of the reasons why I honestly didn't pick up Borderlands 3, really.
Yeah. Like I said, I never even made it through 2.
Yeah. Well, I think it's outstayed its welcome at this point, so they'd have to do something really interesting with it for me to
like a
go
movie.
back to it. There's just there's just so many other good games that I could play. You know? But I digress. Moving on. Square Enix. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh my god.
Actually looks pretty good.
Didn't even hear about that.
I saw someone edited the Square Enix logo into the Marvel Studios logo and were like, E3 in a nutshell. Square's really big on Marvel.
It seems like from the gameplay that they showed, this, like, imagine you're playing Uncharted, except you're the Guardians of the Galaxy. And that's what this game is like.
I mean, I'd be down.
Except the combat is it looks kind of interesting. It doesn't look entirely like it's action-based combat. It looks like it has like you can have your companions like use abilities and stuff on the fly. Almost like Mass Effect, or I guess another would be like the Final Fantasy VII remake. So I don't know, maybe it's more tactical. It didn't seem very tactical in the gameplay, but you know when they do those demos, they're always on like mega easy mode and like, don't kill me, please.
Only thing I'd be sad about is that this probably won't have co-op.
I don't know. That's a good question. They didn't say anything about it, so probably not. I feel like if it did, they would have mentioned it.
Maybe.
I don't know. Looks cool, but then again, the Avengers game came from Square Enix.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about the Avengers game, though, is... Okay, well, Guardians of the Galaxy is not multiplayer. The Avengers game, they deliberately released as like a, hey, we're going to support this game for 10 years, live service. And it's like, okay, no, you're not. Like, honestly, the only game that's even come close to shit like that is fucking Rainbow Six Siege. That's the only game that's come close on those promises of, like, we're going to keep supporting this game.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Square Enix... Final Fantasy 1 through 6 Pixel Remaster. I don't know what the fuck that means, but Final Fantasy 1 through 6 are coming out again.
Has to mean they're like not updating the art or something.
So this had to do with the last remaster. They like overly smoothed the characters to the point where the whole aesthetic of the game kind of sucks. Like gameplay wise, it's the same games. They just don't like the remasters just don't look that good. Like if you ever have the misfortune of playing like the iOS or Android version, this is the one they're talking about. It just kind of looks ugly. So they're doing just like a graphics overhaul for like a new remaster. Which, if you're a fan of the games, this is kind of like everyone's been asking for this. They just want it to look like the originals again, just not quite as blocky, but still pixely.
I mean, I'm cool with that. They showed off Legend of Mana. I don't think anybody cares because that game's old as fuck and wasn't as good as Final Fantasy.
Woof.
Hold on, was Legend of Mana the... Oh, it's this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't give a shit about this game.
It's this one, yeah.
It's this one. Final Fantasy Brave Exvius.
Oh, so what do they announce with this? Because this mobile game's been out for a while.
Like... It's just... I can't remember what specifically they were talking about with it. I think that it was something to do with like the Western release specifically. But they showed some stuff. It was pretty neat. It's fucking weird. I'm not the biggest fan. Because it's a mobile game, right?
Hold on, I think it was supposed to be some kind of collaborative game. I don't know what the hell this is. Because Brave Exvius is already available in English, but there's some other shit going on. It might be a separate game. I don't know. Mobile game fans, whatever, you got it. This is... Congratulations, you win.
Yeah, some fucking Final Fantasy more shit. Final Fantasy VII Battle Royale, still a thing.
Also for mobile?
Yeah, right.
Also for mobile.
Also for mobile, yeah.
God damn it.
Life is Strange Remastered.
Alright, this one's good here. So it turns out Life is Strange is way uglier than I thought it was, and the remaster looks pretty sweet. Also, it's coming to Switch, so if you're one of those gamers, you're one of those gamers who only owns a Switch and listens to the TNT podcast, congratulations, you can now play Life is Strange.
I don't think any unicorns listen to the podcast, but
yeah, probably not.
I mean, who the fuck owns only a Switch? Like, let's be real.
8-year-olds, probably. 8-year-olds, if you're listening to this, please stop.
Yes.
Go get some help.
I was gonna say,
get some help.
It's like one of those like Adult Swim bumps.
And
like, if you hear this, you shouldn't be up.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be watching us.
The last thing Square Enix announced is fucking Final Fantasy Origin.
That's not the real title.
That's
the subtitle.
No. The real title is Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin.
God, the fucking name.
Yeah, it's weird.
And I put this here specifically, right? The chaotic adventure killed with chaos to kill chaos with chaos.
Also known as Sonic Adventure 1.
I thought
they say chaos fucking 50 times in this goddamn
yeah.
I thought
that
Donkey's
video
was a joke. I thought that couldn't be real.
Like, I hadn't watched the
I'm here to kill chaos.
I hadn't watched like 30 seconds before he started, and I was like, "There's no way they actually say it as many times as people are memeing about." Holy shit, the memes were accurate.
Also, Aiden, you'll appreciate this. It struck me after watching the trailer with Freeman the second time. Dude, his sword is just the Fume Knight sword. I know it's a common design, but holy shit, it's just the Fume Knight.
Yeah, it is. I mean, speaking about design, what the fuck is this main character?
Like this feels like that time that they changed.
Actually,
this feels like the time they changed the main character Nier because they're like, we need one that Western fans will think looks cooler.
But like, what is this? It's like these other guys are like in leather and like Final Fantasy shit, and this dude's just got like black jeans on and a shirt from fucking JCPenney's. Like, what? Fire whoever the fucking designer for this is, because it's not good. Also, this game looks like complete dog shit. Like,
really didn't do anything.
It's bad. I don't think this game looks good at all. It doesn't look interesting. The combat, I guess they're trying to be like Neo or Dark Souls or some shit.
That was the impression I got from it, but it doesn't look that like as tight as like Dark Souls is.
Yeah, it looks very floaty. Like, what was that other game that tried to be Dark Souls? Like the
Lords of the Fallen. That's half the genre.
Yeah, I know.
Not Lords of the Fallen.
Yes, that one. Lords of the Fallen.
I got him.
Yeah, that was like the first one that I recall being like Dark Souls. But yeah, it's. I don't know what they're trying to accomplish with this game. I don't know if people are like excited for this or not, but this was probably the weakest thing in the entire show for me.
Yeah, I don't know, like I get it. They're always gonna pick dumb fucking names, but like Final Fantasy Origins was already a thing. It was the title for their let's re-release games under a title.
Yeah,
and it's like they just don't understand what they could have been using this branding for the whole time. Also, this shit is not the origin of Final Fantasy. I don't know what they're peddling to us here.
Yeah, yes, also true. So who the fuck knows? Who knows? Square Enix, what the fuck is this? Just split up. Go back to being Squaresoft and Enix. Y'all ain't doing it together.
Yeah, at least not no more. Not know how.
Now to the fun things. Nintendo.
Oh boy. Nintendo.
The new Smash characters from Tekken.
Well, it's not Sora, which means we only have one more shot at Sora for Smash.
Sora ain't coming.
It's probably not.
Yeah, it's not. The Sora is never coming. I say it as a joke. He's not actually up for consideration.
So, Kazuya Mishima is in Smash, and holy fuck, he's got like an unbelievable amount of moves, and I have no idea how they're gonna fit this into a direction and the B button.
Like, pull a Dragon Quest and just put a menu on one of your buttons to just be like, pick your move.
Yeah, I mean, hey, fucking go for it. They fucking finally showed Breath of the Wild 2, and it wasn't enough for me.
Was it just too similar? Is it just nothing new? Like, I didn't actually watch the trailer.
Really show enough. They didn't really show a lot. So okay, so here's the problem, right? Here I think is what did it for me. So right before they showed Breath of the Wild 2, they did that whole thing where it's like, all right, this is the last thing we're showing you guys, and then they showed off the HD remake of Skyward Sword. And they're doing their E3 but one more thing. So they showed Skyward Sword before Breath of the Wild 2, and like the beginning of the trailer for Breath of the Wild 2 is Link skydiving like it's fucking Skyward Sword. And I don't want Skyward Sword in my Breath of the Wild. So I think that's what kind of put me off from it a little bit.
Gotcha.
Like, he like his character design looks better now, though. It looks like he's been, rough and tumble for like the last 2 years or whatever of in-game time that's passed. He's got flowing blonde locks now instead of his nicely kept hair. They showed off some like interesting new mechanics where he like turns into goop and goes back through time or something. I'm not.
He said turns to goop, like the Splatoon crossover we all asked for.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, basically. I mean, it looks like more Breath of the Wild, which isn't a bad thing. I'm just curious how it looks like they're taking this in the direction of like the Skyward Sword thing, where it's like we're adding flying now, because like the end of the trailer is them, it's Hyrule Castle like lifting up into the sky like it's fucking Ocarina of Time or some shit. So yeah, that's that. The new Metroid game looks really cool. I don't know if any of you guys saw that.
I got to watch the trailer for it. It was weird. Everyone started like, is this going to be 2.5D? And then suddenly they cut to like the gameplay footage, which even they said isn't finished yet, but it's got to be getting close. But it looks like a really cool like 2D Metroid game.
Yeah, it very much looks like a real Metroid game. It looks really good. They showed off like too much gameplay during the treehouse after the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they played
just like show off the entire game.
They played it for like 40 fucking minutes.
Holy
it was crazy.
Shit.
They showed so much gameplay. It was like it felt like it was a whole section of the game. I don't know, man. But it looks really good. Like it looks like they added a lot of like skill-based stuff, like the melee attack timings and these. I'm not sure how to feel about these new enemies, the Emmys, these white robot things that are just immune to fucking everything. Like you just can't kill them. You have to run away from them. So we'll see how that pans out. But yeah, Metroid looks good. I'm probably gonna pick that up for cereal because Metroid 4 is never gonna happen. Metroid Prime 4, not real.
Yeah, no, never happened.
I added this one.
Oh, in Advance Wars? I'm actually really excited to play this.
Dude, I'm also excited for Advance Wars.
I loved playing Advance Wars 1 and 2, even though, again, I was a wee baby and I sucked at it. I loved Advance Wars back in the day. The only thing, I'm really kind of sad this art style. I really, like, watching comparison videos today at work, I was like, man, that old pixel art was so crisp and clean, and this looks like a fucking mobile game now.
Welcome to why everyone doesn't like the Final Fantasy original remix.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I'll take it because you can, honestly, this is probably the next reason I boot up my Switch. Not even a joke, is to play Advance Wars.
Alrighty. I mean, I'm gonna play it, so shit.
No, I just said I'm still gonna play it. God, imagine if they did like a Halo thing where it was classic art or non-classic art. But there's no way they're gonna do that. Turn it on
or off.
There's literally no way they're gonna do that because it's Nintendo and they're just like, this is our remake.
Yeah, they're like, people are buying this game because it's a game, not for any other reason.
We know how to have fun. You're gonna play it like this and like it.
You gotta have fun this way.
The old one took such good advantage of the GBA. Like, you could tell what everything was, no matter what, on that, with that great pixel art. And now it's just, it looks like, I know I said it, but man, it looks like a fucking mobile game.
Just cheap, shitty 3D models. Like, they're using lowest common denominator for this thing. They're just slapping whatever works into it.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I'm still pumped to play this. I miss Advance Wars. But, like, you look at the models of the tanks and shit from the trailer. Oh, my God.
Oh, and Tyler, why did you buy your Switch in the first place?
I bought my Switch because I wanted to play Pokemon because I thought Pokemon would be great.
Damn.
Actually, I have a whole laundry list of reasons why I wanted a Switch and why I got it. I got it because I thought Metroid Prime would probably come out. I thought Pokemon would be great. I don't know. I just there's a bunch of other things that I honestly anticipated would come back but never did. And for the longest time it was like I had Breath of the Wild and I had Super Mario and that was literally it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's nothing else, nor is there anything that's coming out that I even care about except for Breath of the Wild 2, and I've just resided to playing it at my friend Mike's house. and that's it. Like I don't even care. I don't even care about Pokemon Snap. It's like I don't know. The time for me to even care about that game had passed, so I'm like I lost interest. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Tragic story is tragic.
Tragic stories, tragic.
I guess we'll cover the last tragedy here. Despite constant, authentic leaks about the Switch Pro being announced at E3, there's still no Switch Pro. Fuck Bloomberg News and their bullshit sources that are totally wrong. I can't stand this hype cycle. I guarantee you in a month we're going to see this article one more time. Will Switch Pro support 8K?
God, stop.
Clickbait just writes itself. Anyway, that's the last thing to not come out of Nintendo. That's it. That's E3.
Great. That's E3.
Goodbye. Nope. We lost Aiden.
Oh. Yeah.
I don't know.
He's just offline. Maybe his internet died.
Probably Fisher Price internet died. I shouldn't even say that because I have the same Fisher Price internet.
Let's hope you don't drop too.
Does anyone want to do Watched and Played, or are we just gonna call it here?
Not really. It's all you, Tim.
Okay. Well, I'll just blow through this real quick because I'm never gonna remember to talk about these shows. And this is like the shortest Watched and Played in history. But hey, I finished 2 anime this past weekend. Because they finished airing. 86, aka Iron-Blooded Spider Robots.
Iron-Blooded racism.
I mean, that was already an Iron-Blooded orphan.
Oh, Boomy, I'm right.
So there's a special episode coming out this week, so this isn't technically the end of the series, but it is according to my anime list. Oh, hey, Aiden's back.
All right, my Discord literally decided to eat itself alive.
Nice.
Damn.
We're just doing Watched and Played real quick since there's not a lot that anybody finished. 86. I feel like the only thing that hurt this show is being shorter than Iron-Blooded. You got really attached to those Iron-Blooded Orphans characters, and while Iron-Blooded Orphans like had positive moments, 86 hasn't really had much. They have like nice moments, but not like there's no major event that is good. So it's kind of very depresso. But I am really excited to see what the second core of this show looks like, especially where the last episode left us. There is grounds for a really cool and interesting new direction to go with the new series with the second core.
Yeah, given that it was announced as split core, even when I finish, I'm going to hold judgment until the second half.
Totally. I like rated the first core on my anime list, but I think I gave it a 7.
Yeah, I hate rating split core shows because a lot of times they're written with the intent that like it's just a 24 episode continuous show, but we just are not airing it continuously.
Hey, remember when you told us that about Fate?
Yeah, no, that's the way it is. Like when you watch Unlimited Blade Works, it's gonna be the same way. Like they'll end on a big event and then they'll pick up literally where the big event, like if it was just another episode. So it's kind of annoying with their split core shows. But it's the way they do it.
I definitely recommend 86, although I will say if you haven't started it, probably just wait till the next core comes out. But I mean, for Freeman and Tyler, like, you guys should probably just finish this.
Oh no, I'm going to. I'm not going to stop now for the next core to come out. I'm just going to finish this when I have some time.
And then I also finished I don't know, Freeman, is this supposed to have been the biggest hit of this season?
Sorry, I thought you were jumping to thing below 86, and I was really confused.
No.
As someone who's only seen episode 1 of the show you're about to talk about, I can't confirm or deny that, but it seems like from at least audience reactions, the show is way bigger than it seemed like it was going to be.
So I finished Vivi. The show's good.
Was it mind blowing? Was it end of the universe?
No, it's not. It's not.
Could it beat
literally...
Goku?
Could it be Goku?
Nothing can beat
Honestly,
Goku.
I don't think it's possible for a 13 episode show literally outside of
surpass Violet Evergarden.
Well, no. I don't know, dude. Like, I don't want to say that I don't think shows like that can hit because it's only 13 episodes, but like Vivi hits pretty good, but part of the problem with time jump shows is it's really hard to nail anything down other than the main characters. So like this whole show is like, look at these two characters and they deal with some crazy shit, but like it's about the journey, not about the characters, and it really hurts shows like this to not have characters to tie to, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But it's still really good. Vivi was gorgeous the whole time. Music really good. Like I think I told you guys, but this show pulls the crazy 2 openings in a 13-episode show. Which is just nutso. But they're both really good. Yeah, it's just a really well done show, but it's not like an instant classic for me. Like it's like a lot of people were saying at the start, but it is really good. And I kept saying this to Tyler and Friedman as a selling point. This is such a better take on the Detroit Become Human concepts of AI being like humans, that this is, if that concept interests you about AIs kind of finding their way, this is such a better take. The only thing that hurts this show is it's really hard to stick the landing on those ideas, and this show to me didn't stick it that hard. I think based on Reddit comments, a lot of people did stick.
They just needed more time, or
no, I think I don't want to get into it too much, but like it felt a little not even contrived, but like it didn't feel like there was as much payoff as I kind of would have hoped for.
like the resolution was just too forced.
A little bit. Like, I don't know. Part of it is honestly, I think one of Tyler's biggest problems is going to be the time travel element of this show. I mean, you've seen in the first 2 minutes of the show, time travel occurs.
Probably like 100 episodes, yeah.
And then, like I said, there are time jumps, which is not like literally characters jumping through time. It's just there are time skips. And like I said, time skips can make it hard to enjoy because there are some of these time skips and you're like, why hasn't this character developed it you know what I mean? Where it time skips and then like 5 minutes I've developed, and then in time skips nothing happened. That's the only thing.
It's like improper use of time skips.
Yeah. It's not even improper. Like, it makes sense based on who Vivi is, but like I'm really trying to avoid spoilers. The last time skip and the last arc is probably the weakest part of the whole show for me.
Oof.
But like I said, the music, animation, everything's still gorgeous, and a lot of the concepts are really interesting and done better, I think, than Detroit did, because there's not this undertone of like racism to it. It's actually asking the questions of AI versus humans. Not even versus, just like AI comparing to humans, and AI, like, it is cool to see how AI develop over time based on what happens with Vivi. So I gave it an 8 out of 10. So that's still a very high score for me. I would still recommend Vivi.
I'll take a look at it.
Like I said, end of the day, it's if Detroit sounded cool, Vivi's going to be better for you. So
as an automation / AI developer, I'll be the judge of that.
Well, yeah, sure.
I thought you just said Funimation / AI developer. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yes, I work for Funimation now.
Well, just because it's on Funimation, then it. Anyway, moving on.
This is just a minor thing, but I think I mentioned it last time. But me and Tyler have gotten back into playing Synthetic. Finally, re-leveled up my sniper class, so I basically have everything I lost when I reset my character.
Okay.
Synthetic Ultimate Edition is barely different, and honestly seems less stable than old Synthetic was.
It's
less... weird. But man, getting my Nemesis prototype is still satisfying as fuck.
Yeah, and it still fucking kills me in one hit. After ricocheting off 5 walls and then killing me.
Still one.
Yes, I'm salty about it.
It's okay, Tyler. You've killed me probably twice ever, and I've killed you.
Yeah.
Usually twice when I get the Nemesis in a run.
Like at least one run. You kill me at least twice.
Nah, but Synthetic's still fun, and I'm interested to see what Synthetic 2 looks like eventually. But anyway, someone else can talk about games. Who put this here? Aiden?
I did.
Aiden's the only one who plays this game.
I figured, but
I'm playing Final Fantasy 14.
oh my god.
Have you beaten the final raid yet?
The final raid, no.
Are you
I'm not
even
even
really
max
playing this
level
game?
yet.
Then?
I'm not even max level yet. I'm
Yeah,
level 70.
you're not even playing the game.
No, I'm level 70. I'm getting there. Shit. Chill the fuck out.
But you're not at the end game, which is the real game.
I'm
for
WoW, that's true.
seriously.
For WoW, that's true. No. Final Fantasy 14 has done a very good job of making a Final Fantasy game. Like, it is an MMO, yes.
Are you talking about Square Enix doesn't make good Final Fantasy games?
Well, I somewhat argue that there are no good Final Fantasy games.
Damn.
Sonic
that's a compelling argument.
Like, there's really only been one lull in the game so far, and that has been from level 30 when you get your like specialty job to 50, which is the max level of the, I want to say original game, but it's not really the original game. It's 2.0, the Realm Reborn section of the game, after the travesty that was 1.0. And since then, the story has been actually very compelling and like kind of fucking crazy. I actually got into an argument about this with Kyle Tyler, because
why
he
would
hates
you
Final
get into
Fantasy.
an argument with him? It doesn't work.
I don't get into an argument with him. He gets into arguments with me because he's a stubborn prick like I am.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, he's like, oh well, Final Fantasy is too happy. It's not like it's not sad like Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest is sad.
This guy play 15?
He hasn't played 15.
All right, that explains it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, see, we can cite so many sources of why Final Fantasies are sad games, but
he also doesn't play Final Fantasy games, so fuck him. His opinion isn't valid, anyways.
Yeah, he always makes these baseless ass. I'm gonna stop.
But anyways,
yeah, never played a Gears of War game, but I think the franchise is the worst possible.
True.
Like those kind of statements, like I haven't played it, but it's definitely the worst.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, but like, which is kind of true. I mean, like honestly, who really dies that's important in Final Fantasy games? Nobody. Everybody, all the good characters always fucking live through the end. Final Fantasy 14 has been bumping motherfuckers off like it's fucking Game of Thrones. The good part of Game of Thrones. So it's like, it's been a trip. It's a good story. It's fun to play. It's not as tight as WoW, but like, I think WoW has just run its course for a lot of people, and a lot of people are starting to play Final Fantasy now, so... Getting's good.
Is this the pendulum now?
Maybe.
Like, I feel like this has come up before, where during a lull, people were like, yo, Final Fantasy 14's pretty good, we should switch over.
Not like this. It hasn't been like this before. Well, I mean, did we talk about this? I don't know if I talked about this with you guys recently, but Final Fantasy is now the most played MMO. WoW is no longer the top spot.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah. Final Fantasy 14 has overtaken WoW officially.
Holy crap.
Wow.
So, while I'm sure it has happened in the past where there's like lulls in WoW, so people go try Final Fantasy 14, like Final Fantasy 14 is now the one to be beat rather than WoW.
Damn.
And Blizzard, funnily enough, sent out a survey. And they're like, how likely are y'all to go try Final Fantasy 14?
Yeah. Like, we're hemorrhaging numbers. We need to see if it has anything to do with this game blowing up.
Yeah, and like Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker just got announced, and like it just looks really good. It seems like a lot of people seem to be pretty confident in the fact that they pay attention to the community, and they apparently go out of their way to like see what WoW does poorly so that they don't do it.
Interesting. Viewing the competition.
Yeah. So there it is. There it is. I'm officially a cat boy now. A full-time weeb. I'm just kidding. I'm not a cat boy. I'm a normal human for now.
Oh no.
But I got a chocobo. Every time you get on your mount, it plays the chocobo theme.
Fucking donkey over here.
Chocobo.
Giant chickens.
I also have a carbuncle mount. This carbuncle's dope. I love carbuncle.
Hold on, is it the same? Like, is carbuncle one of those things that changes with each Final Fantasy entry? Does it look the same in each one?
He changes a little bit. I mean, Carbuncle's for the most part pretty consistent.
Okay, it looks like a normal one in 14.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Carbuncle, so good. He's a good boy. But yeah, Final Fantasy 14. It's been a good time so far. So, I am. My only complaint about the game is you have to complete the main story quests to move on to the new content. So like when I was playing through A Realm Reborn, I finished A Realm Reborn and was max level and had like another 67 quests to get through before I could level to 51.
Damn. Oh, so you're just like stuck at the level cap until you got to the next like major story progression?
Yes.
That's a very Japanese way of doing it, of making sure that you are at the exact point in the story they want you to be.
It is. I mean, I didn't mind it too terribly much because I mean, like they did a good job for the most part on the story. At least I think they did. At least, and as far as an MMO story goes, holy fuck, it's the best story for an MMO ever made ever. Like you just can't beat it because MMOs don't have stories. You just accept quest. Yes. All right, what does my quest tracker say? Kill 10 boars and take their asses. Okay, done. And then you complete it. And why did they ask you to do that? Fuck knows. I don't know. I just want that sick XP. But like, Final Fantasy is good. It's got me invested in it, so we'll see how this goes. Anyways, Kaguya-sama, love is funny. Yeah. That's cute.
Yeah. So, I mean, I played video games, but like, that was like 2 weeks ago.
In a different life.
Yeah, like, I don't know what happened. The days just kind of like slipped for me. Like, I started Backbone because that came out, and I definitely played through Resident Evil Village again. And like, I got to the end of Everhood, but now I'm like stuck trying to kill everyone. And that's kind of hard, so I never really got back to it, but it's mostly attributed to me like not being home. Because I haven't been home a lot recently. But Val and I started Kaguya-sama Loves War. And man, this fucking show's stupid.
I know, right? It's amazing.
Like, it's so fucking stupid. And like, I'm mad because if it wasn't a touch funnier, like if it was, I don't know, if it hit me the wrong way, I feel like I would not like this show at all. But for some reason, it hits me. Like, I don't know.
It gets better.
Like, it's just fucking stupid. Like, I don't know, for any of you guys at home, I don't know, you like probably mentioned it because you mentioned the show before.
Mm-hmm.
But like the premise, for those of you at home, it's literally just about two high school kids. One is the president, the vice president of the student council. And they both like each other, but they're trying to get each other to admit that, or they're trying to get the other person to admit that they like them, before they do. And it's fucking this weird,
retarded.
It's so stupid. Yes. Like they play this like 3D chess shit. of trying to like get the other person to say something or like do a thing or like ask them out on a date, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I'd probably
very
like the
Japanese.
show.
It's so Japanese.
And you gotta watch the show.
I enjoy my weird shit like this. Is it a romance thing? Is that what's happening, or is it just like a meme? Like
no, it's a romantic comedy.
It is a rom-com.
Yeah, I love me some rom-coms, man.
And the opening hits.
They got like renowned sex music singer to do the opening for this. Like they knew what they were doing.
Add Kaguya-sama Love is War to my watch list.
Oh yeah.
That's where I'm at. Oh wait, what am I saying? I know we're only supposed to say things about what we started or we finished, but man, Ann and I are still watching Hunter. And like,
what part are you at?
Oh fuck.
Yeah, man. So,
why'd you gotta do that, dude? Why'd you have to bring it up? I could have just repressed it.
We're upset, and we have to make everybody else know that we're upset. Or tell everybody that we're upset.
It's not good, man. I don't
It's
like
not
it.
good. We're still in Chimera Ant Land.
Oh, we gotta be more specific. It's like 70
Killua
episodes.
Okay, alright. Super Saiyan.
Wait, Killua went Super Saiyan?
Yeah, now he's Static Shock.
So no.
Oh.
We have started the assaults on the presidential palace, and in the last 20 episodes, the 5 minutes of this event have passed.
Yes, that sounds about right.
That is not. I'm not fucking kidding. In the last episode the episode before the last episode we watched, he's like, oh fuck, I thought it was gonna take you at least 15 minutes to figure out what the fuck was going on, and it only took you 5. And I'm like,
wow,
bitch, we're like 25 fucking episodes into this fucking assault, and it's been 5 minutes.
Also, Yusabara was one of my favorite characters. He has now been demoted to one of my least favorite.
Yeah, he's fucking terrible. That
like,
was the
never.
other...
never have I ever. Knuckle. Yusabara, because Yusuke and Kuwabara fused.
There you go. I was like, who the fuck is this character name you're talking about?
I don't even want to give him that title. Because
He's
that would
unworthy.
imply that he was a badass.
He is now unworthy.
He's literally unworthy of that title. Like, I literally cannot stand him.
Damn.
I can't. I honestly can't do it.
The events that have transpired. Man, I feel like this arc has done that to so many characters where it's like, oh, you're a cool character. Just kidding. You fucking suck now. Like, Nove. Fucking Portal dude.
Oh my god, bro.
What the fuck happened?
I don't know. Like, I feel it sucks. It really sucks because, like, Ed and I have been loving this show since the beginning. And literally, once it got to the palace assault, it's just been nonstop. Like, we can't deal with this, and like we're watching it, hoping that it'll get better or something will get resolved. But like, it's been hard.
It will. It takes a long time.
You know what this is, Tyler? I just realized what this is. This is Game of Warriors. This is Game of Thrones season 7 character assassination that's happening right now.
Ouch.
No, it's not that bad.
No, dude, it's bad.
No, it's not as bad as what you're comparing it to.
No, man,
it is.
It's so bad.
It's not.
All of these characters that we have grown to love and respect have literally just 180'd on who they were as characters and just make stupid bad decisions now just because. And it's fucking ridiculous.
I know how you feel.
It's only been 5 minutes. They're not like sitting here and like thinking out their actions. These are all like impulse actions. Are you sure?
Because that's what the narrator. So now we have a narrator. Then we have the internal thoughts of each and every character doing their thing, and then we got what's his face, the moth guy. Like he started narrating like a play-by-play of the battlefield. And I'm like, what?
Did you meet Octopus Guy yet?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we've known.
Don't even get me started on him, dude. Fuck.
You hadn't complained about him yet, so I wasn't sure.
Oh my god, because he's the lowest on my like. I really don't even register him.
He was never good.
No, he was. In my mind, he was the worst part of the arc.
Yeah, and he's doing this weird like trying to outplay this fucking like lobster and shit. And then oh my god, yeah, because Aiden heard me yell about this. Like this is spoiler territory, but he goes and like he finally gets the one up, right? This dude literally had zero problem trying to ace Killua from like however far away or like killing all these other people. But then he gets to this one guy and it's like, I just can't fucking do it, man. And I'm like, and Kyle's like, I don't know. I can't remember if he tried to make a justification on why he didn't kill him or not. And like, sure, arguments could be made, but I'm like, man, like I cannot stand characters, and this is what I'm talking about. And I'm going off on a tangent, but like The Last of Us 2, you can't just give me characters that literally try their damnedest to kill someone for so long and not kill them. That doesn't make sense. It's like watching Kill Bill and having Beatrix not kill Bill at the end of the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Like I can't do it. I literally can't do it. And like Knuckle did it too. Knuckle did it too. He's like, "Yo, I have a chance to actually save everyone." And he literally just pussed out. Because like, "I want my mentor to fucking die." Like, yo. He literally signed up for this just like you. And now you probably fucked everybody. Thanks. Congratulations. Literally all of this work was for nothing. And I don't know how they're going to turn it around. Obviously, they're going to in some weird fashion, but like, it's not. This isn't what I was looking for. This is not what I signed up for. Like, the first, like, I don't know, what, 80 episodes of this show were stellar. And now I can't even stand it anymore.
It's been pretty rough.
All right, I'm done. I'm done flaming Hunter. Y'all can yell at me in the comments if you want. I understand. Freeman, you can yell at me in real life too. I understand.
No, I can't. You just need to watch more of the arc. Like,
I know I
characters do a lot of shit during this very long arc. Like, you're upset that Knuckles given up, but like he still has stuff to do this arc.
I'm sure he does, but like I don't like you know as well as I do about me as a person. I don't like it when my time feels wasted. I don't like it when things take way too long to explain themselves.
The Knuckle thing was actually the biggest waste of time in the entire arc because we dedicated episodes.
And it was like a heist.
Episodes.
There was literally multiple characters that were dedicated. Like they were literally banking, no pun intended, on his move working. And like I said, I don't know, they probably find a way to turn it around or something like that, sure. But like, man, like I literally sat here on my couch for 20 episodes, hours, and it doesn't feel like anything and like I don't know, that's how I feel. Like that's how I feel with the My Hero work. Like I can't fucking stand it.
All right,
and it's not enough for me to stop watching the show. But like,
the My Hero arc is not like this. Like I realize
it's
I'm
not
guessing
like this.
like with how many people love Hunter, I thought I was in the majority of it. It turns out I'm actually in the minority. I really like the slow pace because no other show goes intentionally slow like this in attempts to break down actions. But I understand why most people don't like this.
It kills the pacing for me. Like I hate it when pacing is just interrupted like that. Like if it was cool, well, it's like, oh, like Greed Island, as honestly as stupid as it was, I kind of enjoyed it. Right? Like it was cool. Right? Like it was like whatever. I'm still down for this, right? Cuz whatever. And like even the you know, like the start of all this, the start of the Chimerian arc, I thought was great. I thought it was an interesting premise. I'm like, wow, this is literally a bunch of bullshit that came out of nowhere. But I'm kind of digging it. You know, and now we're here. It feels like a Bleach arc. It feels like that's what it feels like. It feels like a whole lot of nothing. Like if I could go back and like rewatch Bleach, I probably wouldn't like it as much as I did when I was younger.
All right, Tyler, I'm going to ask you the famous question. When you start an episode, do you feel regret as the episode begins?
Like
when you start an episode, do you dread sitting through the episode?
Like for Hunter?
Yes.
Yes.
Stop
Right
watching
now.
the anime.
Right now, I do.
If
Yeah.
if you guys really go into an episode feeling bad about it, nothing they do in the show is going to make you feel better about it. So I'm just telling you now, if you really don't like it, stop.
That's fair.
That's unfortunate to hear.
I respect that, but
It has nothing to do with the anime. It's a mindset thing. If you go into a show already thinking it's going to be bad, it's very hard for the show to do anything to change your mind. Like, this is just a psychology thing. If you find yourself watching a show and you're not enjoying it, it's probably not going to change, and it's not worth your time to try. So,
which sucks because like I do want to know what happens to Gon and Killua. Like I am very interested in their stuff, but I'm just like, man, like all these other side characters that like had nothing to do with anything. It's like, okay, well, I guess these guys are kind of cool too. Like, I don't mind following them. It's just like, I don't know.
I feel like it's been handled very poorly.
Yeah, A and I are just not feeling it. Kyle doesn't understand. Like, I don't know. I understand. I get why people like this show. It does a lot of like really great things. And I would like to see the ending of Gon's story. I don't know. Honestly, if I could kind of skip towards the end. Or get like an episode guide or something like that. Like
I
just
just
keep doing
don't
it.
like this. This whole palace thing could have been literally a quarter of what it was, and it would have probably been better for it. Like, because of how many things were just actually in complete wastes of time. Like, hey, look at all of this stuff that this character did, and then just to not have any of that be relevant anyways was just kind of disappointing. And I feel like that's come up multiple times now where it's just like, it almost feels like they didn't know what they were going to do next. So they're just like, we need to draw this out as long as possible until we figure that shit out. Because it doesn't feel like we're building towards anything right now. It's just like things are happening and it just feels kind of worthless. And like every once in a while, like you get that thing with Gon, and like, you know, maybe they're finally gonna resolve literally any of these things that are happening, and it just doesn't happen, and it's been this way for like just episode after episode after episode. But I don't know. I mean, I'm invested in it now, so I'm gonna power through it.
Gotta keep rolling.
Yeah, we've come too far.
Oh, but then we could start talking about sunk cost fallacies. Why don't we do that? We could do that as a topic. I feel like Freeman is seething right now.
I mean, there's nothing I can say. Like, how do I put this? Imagine you really like Star Wars, and then like the 8th person row comes up to you and tells you how shitty and awful the pacing of the first Star Wars movie is, and you're sitting there like, what are you talking about? Like, I like that, and a lot of people really like that, but everyone you know tells you the exact same criticism. You have to accept there is some merit to it, even if you don't see the negative in it at all. So like, I'm not saying you guys don't have a correct opinion. In fact, it seems like you guys have the more common opinion, and I was the more unusual one. But like, I can't. Like, there's nothing I can argue about, like, how do I put this? It's like taste on it. Like, you guys are describing problems that I thought were fine. That I thought the really dragging out this story and, like, breaking down, like, shit doesn't go as planned. How is this character going to deal with it later? But at the same time, I'm telling a slow story about 27 characters. And I thought it was unique because no other story has done anything close to this. But I realize most people just don't like that. And it's weird. Like, it's hard to field criticism because you guys will complain about something and I'll say like, yeah, I really liked it because it did that, but you guys are telling me shit you hate. So it's hard to go back and forth, and I accept that everyone has different tastes about this stuff, and I'm not here to convince you otherwise.
I'm curious.
If you don't like it, you don't like it.
I'm curious how much of it has to do with how we're watching the show, though. Because like, if I could just sit down and watch this in like a row, it probably wouldn't feel as bad as it does. But it's like,
oh no, I watched it week to week when it was airing.
I was like, Freeman brought up that point, right? Because he even right, you can say because you're the one who said it. Like,
I don't know. Like, if I could just power through it, I would feel better about it. But it's like,
we'll watch 3 episodes, and then we don't watch the show for 2 months.
I mean, I think,
and then we watch another 3 or 4 episodes, and I'm like, okay, we're still not doing anything.
I mean, it might end up being the opposite because I was watching it week to week. It wasn't as obvious to me how little happened week to week. I was just here to see what happens this week. Like, little progress to be made. I just want to see what happens, and that's how it was. There's every Wednesday, Hunter x Hunter moves a little bit closer to the fucking showdown of a century.
I watch Dragon Ball week to week and fucking 7 episodes of Spirit Ball, and I still like that. So I don't know. Maybe it's just the short bursts of
Maybe
like, okay, let's binge a few episodes of nothing happening, and then wait 2 or 3 months before we binge another 2 or 3 episodes of nothing happening.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just feels like it's taking a very, very, very long time to get through this. I mean, we've taken quite a few hiatuses through this as well, so.
It's all of them have actually.
Like, if we were watching this week to week, we would have finished the show already.
Yeah,
but we don't watch it every week. We literally watch it like maybe once a month, if that.
Yeah, that's my fault. No, actually, no. I blame a lot of that on Anna.
Okay, fine.
I blame it on Anna because there's so like, was it? Kyle's like, nah, like Tyler, it's not her fault. I'm like, nah, man, because we're up at like 10, 11 o'clock at night, and like we could totally bang out 2 episodes before going to bed. She's the one who's already in bed. The homies are always on.
True.
The homies are literally always on. But I digress. I didn't mean to turn this into a Hunter x Hunter discussion, but I thought that was interesting.
No, it's fine.
You're fine. It was an interesting conversation.
Yeah. Well, all right.
So
we should get going so I can sleep.
That's probably not a bad idea considering it's 10:20. So I think we're gonna stop there. So until next time, thank you all so much for watching. My name's Timpedia.
I'm Friedman.
Just Tyler.
Amazing X AIDS.
We'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for listening.